controlling right now in this very moment, how about cross your arms and fall back and just let it rip? Towanda realizes that it's okay to show how you feel, even if showing it means crying.
I am feeling relieved. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling pain. There's just so many things that are just burning in the pit of my stomach. I'm also happy that I'm able to do this.
So tell me, Towanda, right now, in this moment, what are you crying about?
That I finally had the courage to let go.
I guess my question would be, what were you holding on to?
Control.
But what is it that you're controlling?
My emotions. I'm just controlling my feelings of really being able to be honest. Completely, not only with myself, but with everyone that's around me.
And what does that mean if you do that? What could happen?
That they would see that I'm human and I'm not perfect.
That they would see that you're human, or they would see that you're hurt.
That I'm hurt.
And sometimes weak.
Yes.
And what you've told yourself they would do if they knew that is what? If people knew that I was hurt and weak, they would what?
See that I wasn't perfect.
And if they see that I wasn't perfect, they would what?
They wouldn't like me.
Well, I just have to ask the next question.
I'm dying. I was waiting. I'm about to spit it out myself.
And if they don't like you, then what?
I'll be by myself.
And what's wrong with that?
I've never been by myself before.
I consider it such an incredible privilege to be in this house. And I've had a challenge with you, Towanda, that to find yourself graced in this privilege, you would assume that you're unsafe. That has been my challenge with you. Why would you assume that you're unsafe?
The bottom line was me, is me. And I knew that it was going to happen sooner or later, that I would have to give up my control. I would have to give up the fact that everyone would know that I don't trust myself in going to a place that I'm not comfortable in and that I'm not used to, that I've been protecting for so long. That's why.
And in this privileged environment where you have 6 angels show up to support you, to deny yourself the privilege of their love, it's violent. It's violence. Because whatever it is that you had to do on the inside to keep this much love out is violent. And I abhor violence against women, even when they inflict it upon themselves. So my grade to you, Towanda, is a C. You've got to take some risks. Not going to support you in your emotional, spiritual suicide.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great night.
I gave Towanda a C tonight because although she's done all the assignments she's been given, she still has not revealed herself. She's still withholding emotionally.
She's not gonna let you, do this to yourself. She loves you too much. She does this where she gets you to a place where you just, you have 2 choices. You can continue where you've been, but that hasn't worked. So now you gotta move forward.
1 second.
Sure, I'll be back in a minute.
It's quite different to see Towanda vulnerable, open, and emotional. And as her coach, I know that as difficult as this may be for her, this is an exciting time. Now we've got to get busy. I think we're in a good place. I think you know that you got to move your bunkie and do some work and take some risks. So of course I have an assignment for you. I had this assignment before, but your revelation made it even more powerful.
Okay.
And your assignment is that you are going to write your autobiography.
Wow.
What's the title of your autobiography?
Here I am.
There it is. Here I am, me, finally. But I want you to start in a very important place. That's at the beginning. Because I think there's some secrets and information in your beginning that are going to help you move forward. Chapters are going to unfold as we go along so that you can begin to create and recreate your history from a place that honors you, a place that's not violent to one, a place where you can just be strong, weak, whatever.
Okay.
Start getting in touch with some of this stuff, because somewhere in there, Towanda, you learned that it wasn't okay for you to be who you are. I don't know where that is. But we gonna hunt it down and find it. So let's touch and agree that we gonna do this. Yeah? Discover true self and whatever else we need to do.
Guess what my next assignment is?
What's that?
An autobiography.
I wouldn't do that one.
I'm lonely.
What?
I said I'm lonely.
Yeah, I see that.
You don't feel that way sometimes?
What?
Like lonely, like you really miss me.
No.
You don't?
No, you made a decision to go out there and I accepted it. I'm dealing with it, moving on. I'm not going to sit up here and dwell on it. You made the decision.
I'm not talking about the dwelling.
Well, I don't think about all that, no. Because you made the decision to go.
So are you glad you have some breathing room without me being there?
I haven't even thought about that. I'm too busy trying to think about my next project, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not thinking about that.
I don't like when you're pissed off.
If you keep up this kind of stuff, when you come back here, you're going to have some papers in the room because you're getting on my nerves. I'm trying to tell you that.
I'm just telling you, woman to woman, I did not use your eyeshadow. Well, now tell me exactly which one I supposedly took of yours, because I'm not even clear on that.
You woke me up to yell at me, so let's just establish that first.
I waited 2 days to approach you calmly, and I don't mean to yell at you. But it felt to me, and I didn't hear those words, it felt to me that you were accusing me of stealing.
I opened the door, there's your makeup bag.
Open. It's always open.
So all I did was do that, and there it was.
I did not go through your bag to use your eyeshadow.
Summer and I are having this ongoing issue about finding makeup in each other's bag, and Summer is saying that she found her eyeshadow in my bag, and now my eyeshadow is in her bag.
And I remembered that I saw you wearing eyeshadow that day.
But do you realize you've accused me of stealing in a sneaky, weird way? Why wouldn't you have just said, Kim, and pulled me aside silently and said, Kim, I'm just wondering, I'm missing my eyeshadow. Do you have it?
Because
I am horrified. Why would I use your makeup when I have all of my own? I don't appreciate being woke up by them screaming. Can't somebody think that they're both in the wrong?
Kim's not a saint.
This morning, Kim and Sommer are having a tiff, and I am staying as far away from it as I possibly can. I'm dealing with my own issues and concerns, and I just don't have the strength to involve myself anymore.
These have been missing for 2 days, and I told T that. 2 days. So you said that wasn't in there yesterday. So where was it yesterday? Who had this? I need to find out what happened. This is part of what I talked to Iyanla about yesterday. Am I going to roll up my sleeves and get into it and try to find out what's happening, or just drop the whole thing? Who did it then? If you didn't do it,
Tell you. It's my belief at this point that Kim is a pathological liar. I do not believe she knows she's lying.
I feel like somebody's setting me up. People are getting pleasure out of this.
something's awry. Something's rotten in Denmark. That's all I have to say.
I am not saying you were trying to steal it. I think you were using it and you dropped it in your bag on accident. I have said that over and over again.
That's not what I heard.
You know what else they said? They said maybe your daughters came in to use your makeup, thought that was yours, used it.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Hi. I can hear you guys upstairs arguing, and you guys better drop it.
We're not arguing. This is between her and I. And
Right,
we'll
but
talk
I'm
about
getting
it.
sick of hearing it, so drop it. It's over, Kim. Leave it alone. I know, stay in my own world, Kim, but stay in yours. So leave her alone.
what happened.
I don't care. But you're trying to make yourself look like you're some perfect angel, Kim. Grow the up.
First of all, I think her language is appalling and rude, and it's none of her business. She doesn't even know what we're talking about.
And no, it's not my business, and I could care less. But when it's the topic of conversation for everything, it gets old. It gets annoying.
morning.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The one day I'm allowed to sleep in, I get woke up by people screaming
About
at each other.
eyeshadow.
Well, I got woken up by it too, if it's any consolation.
I wondered if you were woke up. Is that your makeup bag that was thrown on your bed?
Yeah, because her eyeshadows were in my bag.
Oh my God, I'm gonna burn everybody's makeup bag, for real. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. This is being 12 years old and it's driving me nuts. Seriously.
It's got to be settled. And I don't know how it's going to.
I don't let people like that walking over me. That pisses me off.
After the harshness of the Board of Review, it's really putting the fire up underneath my behind to prove to everybody that I can do it. And the C is just a minor setback.
Today you're going to meet with Marcus, the starting over trainer, and you are going to get a workout. Summer really needs to focus on her health, and I'm concerned. I'm not sure she can really make a true commitment to exercise and eating right. I'm going to ask you a question, and please be honest with me. I mean, really honest with me. Did you cheat when you dieted?
At the end, I did. I think when I started feeling like I was failing at it, that's when I started cheating.
Do you hear your pattern?
Well, the thing is, fear of failure for me. Like, I think I've built my life on, if I don't really try, then I never really failed.
Well, think about every time that you tried to do something and you were so scared of failing that you gave up on yourself. I mean, how does that feel to continuously choose giving up instead of being willing to risk failure?
I don't know.
See, I want to get to the feeling, because when we can identify the feeling, we can figure out why you've avoided it. What's so scary about failure?
Please don't come in my room to gossip. You guys can go somewhere
I'm
else.
not gossiping. You stay in your own business. Mind your own business.
Kim,
Josie.
don't manipulate people.
Mind your own
like you.
business. No,
Just
it
shut
isn't.
up next time.
No,
and don't
it
go
isn't.
down there.
It's
Wake
none
up
of your
Jennifer.
business.
Wake up everybody.
It's none
so you
of
can
your
look like
business.
you're Miss Burberry Barbie.
I think the whole core of this argument is that Kim is upset because now her image that she's been portraying has completely been thrown down the toilet. And it threatens her.
It's none of your business. Stay out of my
Then
business.
stay out of my room to talk about it, because I don't want you bringing all that around me.
I'm not going to do this dance with you, Josie. I'm not doing it.
What's so scary about failure, and what's so scary, and why is giving up better than failing?
I guess you don't want to feel unloved.
Thank you. It's not about health. It goes much deeper than that. It's literally your ability to be loved. So tell me about that.
I don't want to lose the relationships I have, even though some of them I don't like the way they are, or I think, you know what I mean? I don't want to be alone.
It's like being thin is actually your worst nightmare, because then how will you be accepted? You're going to have to deal with all that other stuff, all those other women. You're going to have to be competing.
I do feel like I have a big heart, and whether that's people pleasing or not. I'm trying to find the balance between the two.
And so it's really not about the fear of failure. So really what it is fear of, am I worth loving? Now I see why I'm not worth loving. Wait. My excuse?
Mm-hmm.
But if you take that away, will I be worth loving?
Stay in your own business. You don't even know what happened. Kim, you don't even care to find out what happened. You just want everybody to believe you.
Well, that's your perspective. Summer and I have already solved the makeup issue, and Josie feels like she has to butt in and, try to cause more friction when we've already solved it.
It would be better for everybody
Stick together.
if us could stick together instead of pitting, other people against each other.
When there's a division in the house, when Josie and Jennifer were fighting, we all felt the tension.
Yeah, we
So
did.
anytime somebody in this house, when you live together, is fighting, there's a degree
But
of...
we were working it out. We were trying anyway.
Well, we were certainly screaming at first, because
Yeah,
I woke everybody...
I know.
Ultimately, the makeup issue with Kim and I, it's not about makeup. The issue is trust. And I think that there's still not complete trust with all of us. And it's manifesting itself in anger.
From the minute my kids got here, I felt like people quit talking to me and didn't talk to them. Snow said a lot of people wouldn't even look at her in the eyes, and that hurt her feelings. I felt like everybody was giving me the cold shoulder. I felt like I was being accused of stealing. I felt like I was being accused of numerous things.
Who wants to come out and play?
I do.
Sine and Jennifer, come out and play! One thing Jennifer and Sine have in common is they missed out on normal childhoods. Jennifer took care of her mother, and Sine was an overachiever. Today, I want them to play like kids, so maybe they'll open up to new possibilities. There's a word that I'd like to introduce you to, both of you. It's called interdependence, rather than codependence and independence, where you can be connected, but you don't have to do everything for everybody else.
Oh.
What about that concept, Jen?
Sounds good if it could work. I think my mom and I should have fun together.
What would you like to do with your mom?
I don't know.
What about inviting her to the starting over house?
Okay.
Are you really ready to have your mom come to the starting over house? Because if she does, what's going to happen?
Oh, we get to do some work.
So, Sine, what I'd like you to do right now is I want you to go to the phone and call your mom. Also,
Yep.
I want to talk to Jennifer alone for a minute. So go call your mom and come back and report.
Okay.
Call your mom.
Baby?
Hello, this is Chardonnay.
Hi, Chardonnay.
Tuesday, you're taking the dog to the groomer, right?
Yeah, I take her at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, what's your Wednesday?
Wednesday, I'm off.
Okay, so you're gonna come Wednesday.
I'm coming to see you?
On Wednesday.
Okay, what time?
I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So I could actually spend the night if you wanted.
Well, I would like for you to spend the night. That'd be fun, okay?
I'm so excited, baby. I miss you so much.
Okay, and we'll probably have to meet with Rhonda, because we're gonna redefine our relationship.
Okay.
Interdependent, she says.
Okay.
There's not codependency, not dependency.
And I'm just off on my own?
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Why?
He said, if I don't come home, he's going to allow me to divorce.
So how do you feel about that?
For me, I'm waiting for him to calm down.
What would be your gut instinct?
I don't know. I can't even think.
I think you need to see him soon. Because it's at that point.
Yeah. Yep.
me about why it was so hard for you to play.
This is gonna sound silly, but it's messy. Painting is messy.
Painting's messy. What about magic markers?
They're messy too. They get over your hands.
Messy. Okay. So that play is very difficult for you. And what does it mean to you being messy?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
Well, does it feel dirty?
Yes.
Do you feel poor? Do you feel lousy? Do you feel sloppy?
I feel like I need rubber gloves to touch things. I don't like getting messy and dirty and... Yes, I tend to wear my rubber gloves all the time.
Okay. Whether you need them or not.
Right.
What would it take for you to take off your rubber gloves?
I don't know.
Are you willing?
Yes.
Okay.
Very willing.
Okay. So today, you're the fun queen. You're in charge of the level of fun in this house today. Now, this is the key. You cannot tell anybody what the activity is. Okay, not one person. Go ahead and see where it is, but do not read it out loud.
Some of us are going to have a hard time with that.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Great.
How are you doing?
I'm tired.
You at work?
Yes.
Well, I have to do exercise.
My assignment is to call my father and ask him questions about my birth and how I was as a child. I hadn't spoken with my father in a couple of months. And I'm just nervous, very nervous.
I'm asking for your support and help me to discover my true self. I ask your support by responding to these questions as honestly as possible. Was the pregnancy with me planned? Was
Well, would you just sit there and say, oh, wait, let's go make up a Towanda?
So that means no. Were you worried about anything in particular when Mama was pregnant with me?
Yeah, I provide a good home. See, I didn't make a lot of money. It was up to my salary to make sure I provided a good home.
Okay, how did you feel when Mommy went into labor?
I was afraid. Every time I went to childbirth, it scared me. I didn't know whether she was going to live or die. Because I couldn't go back there to see it.
Wow. Did you feed me when I was a baby?
Yes. Baby.
What kind of child was I?
Wanda, you were mean.
I was mean?
Yeah.
Was I?
My father says I was mean. That's difficult to hear.
What did you think or feel about me when I was born?
When you was born?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I can't remember back then. You know, I can't tell you this. I can't remember. I don't know if it was you or Trina or Tamar, but I remember we were at a store.
Mm-hmm.
And, no, it wasn't you. No. Your girls were always my queens. You always was my girls.
It's time for Summer to get to work on exercising. She has to take responsibility for her health, and exercise is an essential step.
There's a lot of fighting going on in the house. Kim and I, Josie and Kim. And it's making it very tense to be there. So getting out to the gym is a godsend for me.
Is Marcus here?
I'm here.
Yay!
Hi, Summer. How you doing? I'm
Nice to
Marcus.
meet you.
Very nice to meet you. How are you?
Ready to rock.
Excited? All right, let's go back.
I am really excited to meet with Marcus, who is going to be my trainer. I'm anxious to see what kind of changes will start to occur with my body because I haven't really let myself do too much.
All right, go ahead and take a seat here. Basically, what we're going to start off with first is just medical history, just so I know what type of, hereditary things you're coming from. Shortness of breath.
No.
Arthritis.
No.
Rheumatism.
I don't know what it is, so probably not.
Any recent surgeries?
4 months ago, I had gastric bypass.
Where are you as far as that? As far as recovery?
I've been cleared since 6 weeks.
Summer actually having the gastric bypass surgery, it makes her a little different. First of all, it has a lot to do with her eating. Summer can't eat much right now. So it's a challenge because she thinks she can probably actually get away with eating certain things just because she can't eat a lot of it. So the thing is, I want her to make the right food choices now so she doesn't gain the weight back, which can actually happen on the surgery. So how much weight have you lost so far from your surgery? 76 pounds, that's awesome. I get to know a little bit about what you're wanting to do as far as your goals.
Here's the deal. I had the gastric bypass, and now I get to pick the body that I want, really. I could be the skinny fat, which hell no.
Okay, no skinny fat.
None of that. That drives me insane. I want to get my arms defined and my legs again. I missed that.
I want you to act fun and silly and play
Hey,
today.
can I take this necklace off for today, please?
You can incorporate it into your fun.
And I'm gonna rip it up then.
No!
I've been wearing it for 2 weeks.
Well, hello, why is that? Why is that?
Because evidently I'm lazy.
You're definitely not lazy.
Then what is it?
Maybe it's because you're afraid to get messy. Understanding the exercise is nice, but having a change of heart and the change of resistance is what's going to take that necklace off.
I haven't been resisting it at all, and I haven't said anything for 2 weeks. Yet Kim bitched about her makeup all day, every day, and Eon let her take it, put it all back on. It's not fair. I just don't get it. Because she clearly didn't understand the point of her exercise. I understand the point of mine, yet I've had to wear it for 2 weeks.
So how mad are you?
I'm really mad.
Jennifer resents Iyanla's leniency with Kim because it mirrors her relationship with her mother and sister back home. So right now, you're exactly the same place as you feel with your sister, your mom.
Right. That everybody who bitches and complains gets their way and gets what they want. And since I chose to not complain about it every day, I'm still wearing mine. And Iyanla coddles her just like my mom coddles my sister. So I'm going to start throwing temper tantrums and fits so I can get my way.
What's it going to take for you to focus on you?
I don't know how.
Yeah, you don't know how. I believe that. Give it to me.
Iyanla's worn it. It doesn't make me feel any better.
That doesn't?
No.
Okay.
I get the point. Like, I understand that I display those things.
Here! You get the point up here. But if your behaviors don't change and your feelings don't change and you're still focused on everybody else, you don't get it here. So let me tell you, there's no wrong feeling to feel like it's not fair. And sometimes you gotta get so pissed off that things aren't fair that you do something different.
Summer's goals are very realistic. She knows that it's not going to happen overnight, which, I told her that, we're going to focus not so much on the weight, more about how she feels, more about her inches and the things that matter right now that she's going to see right off the bat. I'd rather you do 10 good ones as opposed to 20 bad ones. Also, as well, you're having to work on your posture. So what I'm going to do...
This is weird.
Just sitting up like that.
The only time I'm really feeling extremely uncomfortable, actually, is when I have to work out in front of the mirror because I have a long way to go and I just really don't want to watch it.
Good. 1, control, down. Perfect.
I have to learn how to squeeze through my stomach and breathe.
8. Well, that's the whole thing with breathing through your diaphragm. That's what makes it hard, is that you got to get used to that, though. I think me and Sommer are going to be an awesome team because she just has a light about her. She has a huge, personality. She has a huge presence, and that's good. Now I'm trying to make sure the physical fits in with everything else. All right, Sommer. Very nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to this. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to work on, but I think we're good because I like your attitude. So that helps. That makes my job easier. It really does. All right. Awesome. I'll see you. Bye.
Hey ladies, how are you?
Good. Good. How are you?
It's been eventful.
Eventful? What's going on?
We all woke up to discussion this morning.
Arguments? Let's talk about how people disagree. How does this family disagree?
I'm used to living in a house with a lot of women, and I know it has a lot to do with personalities clashing.
Things aren't let go. They constantly are brought back up.
Is that what's happening here at the Starting Over House?
I'm not saying that all of us don't have something that's, bothering more than someone else. I'm saying the issue that was being brought up today has nothing to do why any of us are in this house. And that's why I said there's greater things to be worried about than somebody's makeup.
Oh, makeup. Oh, okay, makeup. Makeup, okay.
This conflict began with an accusation that Kim stole Sommer's makeup and has made the whole house sort of in turmoil.
It doesn't really matter what the source is. It's not about makeup, let's be honest. It's about trust. It's about self-esteem. It's about confrontation. That's what it's really all about, right?
Yes, I think so.
What else happened this morning in terms of not the content, but the process? How did people get into conflict this morning?
I went downstairs and told them that they needed to be quiet because I thought it was dropped and people were trying to sleep, and I don't think it's fair that everybody's getting woke up in the house over a thing of eyeshadow. Then I was being told that I need to stay in my own world when everybody's being woke up about it.
The worlds collide.
Yeah.
What do you do when those worlds collide? What's the most effective way of handling it?
One of the things she said to me is, drop it, you're no effing perfect angel. So I felt like it was a personal attack to me. It wasn't just knock the confrontation off, I'm trying to sleep. Okay. It was also her judgment on me.
Yeah, I did say that because I was mad.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's about trust. I think it's about keeping up an image that people want to see.
Different issue, though. Let's stick with one issue for a minute. You moved it to a different level, didn't you?
Yeah, I said that you're not a perfect angel, meaning that all of us are not perfect. Okay, fine, I said that. But I'm not trying not to cuss anymore because I was very mad. And
I'm just saying, that's what you said.
Okay, I'll say it. Then I said you weren't perfect.
Kim, just look at the dynamic for a moment. I'm trying to help Josie see that this is a two-part issue for her. And your own sensitivity about this, hurt or anger, now setting her off again because you can see. Josie, look at me.
I don't like
Josie,
she's trying to
Josie.
But you
said
that. Kim, step outside of it. Just chill
Josie,
out.
look at me for a minute. Look at me for a minute. Can you acknowledge that you went further than you needed to this morning?
Oh, I so know I did because I was angry and I did, and it wasn't acceptable at all.
Okay. You then inserted yourself in the conflict between Kim and, who were you arguing with, Sommer? And Sommer.
Because then it became an argument between her and I.
Right, and almost all conflicts will explode unless you stay focused on the problem. I think when a conflict begins here, it always seems to grow tentacles out to the other people. But I think the reality is that if you can keep the conflicts to the problem you're dealing with, if you can stop consulting with everybody else, I think things will be better. Okay, ladies?
Okay, thank you.
And no more makeup. All right, have a good week.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
I know what we're doing tonight, and I can't tell anyone.
Why? Is it fun?
Because I am the fun creator today.
Fun creator.
I'm having a lot of fun teasing the other women about where we are going tonight. Some of them think we're going camping, which is really funny to me because it's so far from camping. I can't tell you anything.
Oh, God. Should I bring my phone?
It's going to be fun.
I
It doesn't sound like it. Just don't bring Louie.
It's gonna be fun.
Don't bring Louie.
A lot of fun.
Do we need our wallets?
Jennifer, does Josie need her wallet?
I don't know.
She says she doesn't know.
I don't know anything. Last night at the board of review, Towanda received a C, and then she had a bad phone call with her husband Andre. So right now it's kind of like she's happy and then upset. So I think it might just take a little time.
Why do we have to be casual?
If you want to dress up, go ahead.
Oh, Lord, I hate those answers. She's not fun anymore.
I don't think anybody's going to be really happy about where we're going.
Turbo track, is that what we're going to do?
Oh, they don't lose it!
Hurry You're my best
This is my dream ride. Look, they were cute. They're probably 12, though.
They're probably almost 12.
All right, guys. How you doing tonight? All right, guys. These cars are pretty simple. The gas is on your right foot. The brake is on your left foot. The cars are going to automatically pull up to the white line.
Peace out, LA!
So what's the secret so I can work on them?
Yeah, appreciate.
Towanda is definitely not herself. She is in a pretty negative mood, actually, which is unlike her. And I think her husband Andre has a lot to do with it.
Just give me the fast car.
Stressed. I'm really stressed. No.
Kim is seeing that I am not in a happy mood.
They said it is bold.
And that's how it ended? Oh my God, T.
You?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What'd you say?
Nothing. Not calling him? Yeah, I'm too stressed about it.
Are you thinking about going home?
I'm just waiting for him to calm down first. And if I know that he's calm, then I can think rational.
I think that for Towanda, she's having a little bit of a rough time because it is very difficult for her to be away from her husband. They are newlyweds. And I think it's hard for Andre to have her gone so long.
This is the lowest that I've ever felt in my life.